Hello, you've come through to the voicemail of Jack David Frimston. I'm not available right now, but if you want to leave a message, I'll try my best to get back to you. Beep!
Oh, another voicemail. Oh.
Another voicemail.
The bane of salespeople's lives,
I know.
isn't it, mate?
People are busy. People are busy.
People are busy. You got to get through to voicemails. You cold calling people. They're busy. They've got lives. They see suspected spam on the phone. You think they're going to answer it to you?
No. So, voicemails is something that gets batted around a lot on LinkedIn. Should I? Shouldn't I? If I should, how do I? So, I'll throw it over to you first, Zach. The question, voicemails, question mark. Should I or shouldn't I?
I think it's a mix, if I'm honest. Not to sit on the fence, but if you've got a volume product or service that you just want to get in front of as many people as possible, you've got thousands of people to ring, then don't worry about it. Just like bang the numbers out, bang the connects out, bang the conversations out, get the meetings in. If you've got an account-based strategy of here's my top 50 dream customers, and I have to get hold of that CEO or whoever it is, Mr. or Mrs. Smith, they're the person that I have to get hold of. They're my Moby Dick. You know what I mean? Like have to get them. Then a voicemail I would always recommend it to start that conversation.
Okay. So before we kind of give some tips and tricks away, we'll keep the listeners sliding down the banister, hook them in. So before we talk about like the actual how to do it, so I always find that voicemails are very similar to gatekeepers. Sometimes it's not about the words that you say or the phrases. There's not going to be any silver bullet that's going to get you through and get someone to call you back. It's like sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't work. But what can you be doing when working on yourself to give yourselves a better chance of getting that call back?
From a voicemail perspective?
From a voicemail perspective.
So I think the rule, as with gatekeepers to remember, is less is more. Curiosity doesn't just kill cats, all right? It gets people to call you back. And it kills gatekeepers. Yeah. But it gets people to call you back. If I told you everything if I told you everything that a conversation was potentially going to be about on a voicemail, an email, or to a gatekeeper, the person sat on the other end builds a quick narrative. And how are people's brains wired, Jack?
Well, I was saying this the other day. It's a little bit like if you give an artist. No, you've got a fruit bowl, right? Let me start this again. You've got a fruit bowl.
Okay, right. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. You've got 10 different artists, okay? You're going to end up with 10 different paintings or pictures. That's the rules. 10 different styles, 10 different artists. It's the same thing. You can give the same piece of information. So you could say the same voicemail message saying, hi, my name is Jack. I'm calling from, we have a meeting. We get your people in front of a new business. And they're all going to take it their own way, paint their own little picture. It's like a 90-year-old that's trying to do a John Lennon jigsaw and they're scrambling to find the pieces. And they're going to make their own mind up about what it is. So it goes back to the point of, obviously, less is more. The less they know, curiosity, that's going to give you the opportunity to get that person to call you back.
Exactly. And then it's also being prepared for, if that's your intention, having a bit of a strategy for how you're going to deal with that person when they call you back. Yeah, the further up the tower you go, perhaps you're more likely to get hold of a voicemail. And in a busy company, when you've got these account-based strategies going on, you might have that one shot at that CEO, and then your number's blacklisted forever, do not answer. So it's also being prepared for that. And that's I don't want to give anyone any anxiety out there, but that is the reality of this type of thing. So be prepared for that. If you can't handle that, don't leave voicemails.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Don't get into sales.
Don't get into sales.
So yeah, I think it's about sounding the part, like always with gatekeepers, like calling on your level. Like if you're calling the CEO, you want to sound important. You want to sound like this is a call that is worth calling back to. Less is more. And then what kind of tips or tricks and actionable takeaways can we give them? So different, I guess, methods or messages that they can say when they are leaving a voicemail.
Yeah, there's loads. I mean, I'll give you one that worked for me. So when I first started off the business back on my mobile phone days in my bedroom, I had a construction client, and what they gave me was not a big list to go after, but here's 50 of the biggest construction companies in the UK and Ireland. We want to be working with them. We're working with about 4 at the minute. So what would happen is the top dog there that you need to get in front of was there's only one person within there. So you'd want a meeting with that guy and his team, or that girl and their team. So what I'd do is I'd find a way of getting hold of their mobile number. If they didn't answer, I'd say, so ring, I get through to your voicemail.
Oh, yeah. Voicemail, Steve.
Beep. And then I'd say, Jack, I was hoping you might be able to help me with something. Do you just give me a call back when you get this? Cheers.
Beautiful. Very vague. And I think the psychology of the help there is a big one. Yeah. It's like someone asking for directions, isn't it?
Exactly. And then it'd be, you get the call back and say you were looking for some help with something. And then it's how do you deal with that? So again, it is the same honesty, disarming thing that takes place there when someone gets hold of you. Yeah, I was hoping you could help me with something. You're probably going to hate me. It's about X. Yeah, so you can go for sales call. In that construction world, it was a very specific thing that I was selling. So if I said the context of what it was about, the person on the other end would know what I was talking about. So I'd say, oh yeah, you're probably going to hate me. It is about X. I'm guessing you don't deal with it, or you wouldn't speak to someone else about it. Yeah. No, go on. And then I've got that permission to still go on and talk about it. So just be prepared for every move. There's a counter, isn't there? So be prepared for that.
Yeah, it's the Queen's Gambit, as I think they call it.
Something exactly. Like that. That's the one about checkers.
Something like that, or tiddlywinks. Hey, I'm not too sure.
Checkers, mate.
The other one that I heard about is there's a guy called Marcus Kauke who you're probably familiar with, and we were talking about this one, and he was telling me it's great. It's that keeping it less is more, keeping it vague, and just letting it cut off. You don't need to tell them your life story. You don't need to tell people for the call. Hiya, Zach. It's Jack here. I was hoping you could help me or whatever. Just reaching out to you. If you could give me a call back on 07588 blah, 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 blah. I won't say my mobile number because I'll get bombarded with voicemails now. I wanted to talk to you today because obviously I saw bang.
Yeah.
Where is the intrigue? Where is it going to be worth it for them to give you a call back? What can you do to spike that curiosity?
Exactly. I'd even make that even simpler. I'd go, Jack, it's Zach, was hoping you could. And
he didn't leave his number, and he called me up for withheld.
People have got just shocking attention spans, haven't they? So just make it short and sharp and get that call. But yeah, that's the thing about voicemails. Account based, definitely do it so long as you're comfortable with the fact that someone's probably going to call you back and you have to think on your feet quite quick. If it's volume, don't worry about it. Just bang the numbers out.
Yeah, be careful. Obviously, less is more, but don't lie. Don't leave a voicemail saying I've been. But it's a good one. I don't know. I've just if you get off the phone with someone and they give you your mobile, hi Zach, I've just been speaking with John. If you could give me a call back, bang.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's that. Oh, he knows John. Why has he called me? Well, John might have said, actually, I'm not interested. Hi, Zach, I've just been speaking with John. If you could, bang.
If you're ringing a construction company, everyone's called John. So
exactly. Just throw that name about. So I think that's nice to wrap up. It's voicemails, maybe. Voicemails, do them well. Sound the part. Spark that curiosity.
Exactly. Hey, I just met you.
This is crazy.
Here's my voicemail. So try it, maybe.
Try it, maybe. Try it, baby. Beautiful. Let's leave it there for today.